I'm going to talk quickly, since we talked about tornadoes, about electrical storms. Now, lightning, I did put it out about the lightning getting worse, that it's going to be more extreme, the storms are more intense, and I experienced it myself, and quite a few people in Las Vegas did as well, but we're outside Las Vegas. But just to let you know, this is going to be, it's not a phenomenon that just vanish. It's only going to get worse this year. And I see from May onwards that these electrical storms are going to be far more prevalent across the states. And the storms where the deluges of rain are far more intense. Flooding I'll do in a minute, but quite frankly, the flooding associated with it, but it's the electrical storm where the lightning is faster, stronger, harder. Just to let you know that we've got a weather station that's pretty sophisticated, that within 24 hours, it recorded within a 25-mile-hour radius 1,925 lightning strikes. And some of the strikes actually happened one after them, pow, 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 pow. And it was only a street away. We weren't hit, but quite frankly, and that was followed by flooding and a bit of, it looked like a mini tornado, but the winds were really, really high. Took down quite a bit. And that is what you're going to see with some of these tornadoes as well. So please be careful and make sure, your house has a grounding. Do your homework, do your research, okay? And be safe in areas of flooding if you are in one, or the tornadoes, okay? So I'll just put that in, and that's on the lightning. And that's happening all over the world, by the way, just not obviously exclusive to America. So we're talking about Putin here, and I know that that's the burning question. Is he going to take over, even though he's practically poised and he's been hasn't really hit the button yet to take over Ukraine. But I do see it happening round about anything from the 15th to the 21st of February, that he does try to make a push across the border. But he's going to, after about 3 to 4 days, he's going to find that the other European countries are actually sending in troops to back up on Ukraine's border here, because they don't want to lose it to Russia. And there are some very strict, how can I say this? Not protocols, but strict kickback against Putin and what he's trying to do. That's really coming from the States, and a lot of the European countries, UK, Belgium, and Germany, a lot are really feeling threatened on this one. Quite rightly say so, obviously, because of the landmass, and he just wants to take in power and get into other countries. So you'll see there's going to be a quick kickback, even though he more or less withdraws, but he does gain ground and tries to keep a bit more of Ukraine and try and make some inroads, and basically brings his troops in here to inside the border and then stations there before really any kind of talks are going on. So he's definitely obviously not innocent anyway, he never has been, but quite frankly he's on that move. So let's see what happens there. Let's see. Croatia seems to be going through quite a few, not terrorism, but it's more, again, rebellious action against the government. Italy, there seems to be something to do with the money and the money in the Bay of. It doesn't seem like Greece is having a huge meltdown with their currency. Italy too seems to be going through round about June, going through a how can I say this, a political form of controversy regarding their lira. So I don't know what's going on there. Very unstable there too, by the way. Greece, same thing. It's just going to keep on going, I'm afraid. Flip-flopping. I really feel sorry for them. There's no real continuity or consistency there. But there is something reached regarding the political situation, at least somebody who's on the middle of the road, not two extremes on pro and con. They seem to be moving in by November, and there seems to be establishing a stability there in Greece. Okay? Really, that's it for, it's more than terrorism. We covered political problems too. England, Edinburgh, no, not on. I'm not, again, I am going to, as I said in the video, in the American, I'm going to be very short and sweet here. Okay? Thank you. Okay, on this one, it's really for everybody, and that is that quite a few months ago, somebody had asked about, oh, why are the young ones getting hit, and if I could put my life in front of theirs, I would, which is a lovely and beautiful sacrifice, but quite frankly, I'm seeing it a bit further than that, that this whole thing with the pandemic and with all the subsequent deaths and sadness going on, to fear is, I used to teach a class, I don't know if I'll start those again, but it's called Face Your Fears, and I just want to talk quickly about fear, and that is really, it's things that we only fear things that we can't control, and a lot of us are controllers. I'll confess I'm a controller, and we try and control our lives, and you'll find obviously in this circumstance that we haven't controlled our lives. We can't control it. You can't control those other people who being fixated with conspiracy theories just to try and avoid looking at issues in their own lives, and they strike out. And that's why racism, I hate to say it, is going to be rampant. And here in America, I'm afraid the previous administration has promoted that, sadly. And it is something that you have to be aware of. And when you're aware of, you won't do it. You won't get caught in that trap. But that's only one of the things, bigotry, racism. It's a hatred of other cultures, which is so stupid. You're only hating yourself because we're all at this in the same. We are all human. So please be far more mindful of it. I try and speak to when I'm doing readings and try and show people that they have the power to change things in their lives. But if you start concentrating just on yourself, not, in your own backyard, in your own house, the fear will be far more controllable. And you don't need to start fearing, oh, what if? Well, one of the exercises, which is very, very simplistically put here, is always realize the fear to the worst scenario. And the worst scenario is you die. Or actually a worse one than that is that you survive and you're a long hauler with this pandemic. But quite frankly, you still have to look at that fear. But always be proactive. That's why I was trying to push people last year and say, please do your trust. If you can do a trust in America, do it. Don't need to worry about it, because when people transition, in other words, they die, they're all in chaos on the other side because they didn't left things unfinished. Try and do a will at least. Try and, I've been even cleaning out myself, my things here. And we don't need all these things in our lives. But you'll find out in the last 2 years, and I can't believe it's been 2 years, it's over 2 years, that people are seeing what really truly matters in their life and who really truly matters. And this is part of this huge transition we're going through anyway, which one day I'll get the book out. I'll be working on it hard this year. So basically it's so important for you to step back, look at yourself, and if anybody's interested, let me know. I'll start putting little things for you to look, exercises, and maybe do some little videos, excerpts of the book that you could start working on yourself and start letting go of the fear. And you don't need to start worrying. I know there are people out there, by the way, who are so sadly in need of medical attention. Think of those countries where they don't have any medical attention because they can't afford it or they can't get to it because of where they are located. And we are so privileged in America, at least, and in certain other European countries, etc., that we don't realize, you're always looking over your neighbor's fence saying, oh, look, they're doing better than me. Just start concentrating on yourself. try find some happiness in your life, even if it means reading a book or talking with a friend or staying in touch with a loved one. And I know a lot of you don't even have that, family or friends. And it's just even putting on a happier movie or simple little things. And I'm sorry I'm on my soapbox here, but it's so crucial to start worrying about yourself before you think about other people. And because you have to be that strength, and this is really in answer to one of the comments from last year. And she's such a giving person, this person, but she has to realize that she has to really be strong for the whole family by taking care of herself, and that includes you I'm talking to who's listening to this. So please think of something better than a soapbox. There's so many suicides, and that's on the increase, which I'll put a note on. And it's from the ages I mentioned in the note in the video. It's actually a slide. And that is what I'm really concerned about. So please look for signs. You can't stop them. That's, as with my readings, I don't know how many I have been able to show them that suicide is not the answer. But I do know I did save quite a few, but it is ultimately their choice. And all they are is because they're lonely. All right? So you have a strength and power within yourself that you can affect people, reach out to people, connect with them. So that's what I'll leave you with, that this year make it about, not exactly nothing about yourself, but it's everything about yourself, to be honest. And then it works outwards. So you're the sun, and let the heat hit everybody else around your universe, okay? Well, blessings and love to all of you, and keep safe. Take care.